work out. Originally a pallet on bike, at the best price now, $39 a month. All access membership follow. Terms apply. Website for details.
Llegamos a las golondrinas para despedir este álbum, este CD. Gracias a toda esa gente que nos ha apoyado siempre, a todos los países que han escuchado mi lindo sol. Un saludo y a todos mis paisanos. Les quiero dedicar esta especialmente porque sé que mucha gente ha emigrado de nuestro país tan bello por la situación económica o quizás por toda la violencia. Sé cómo se sienten porque yo soy de ahí, yo también lo añoro, lo extraño mucho. México, México eterno, México en mi alma.
No problem. I'll see you.
Una jornada me llaman Sam, la conquistadora. Cuando no esté conquistando juegos retro, uso mi Chromebook para conquistar los más recientes. Puedo jugar juegos como Cyberpunk 2077 en Stadia o Outriders en GeForce Now. Sin instalaciones ni descargas. Y sin un mes espacial el proceso tratando de detener. Y cuando quiero jugar juegos móviles en Chromebook, Google Play está solo a un clic de distancia. Así que cuidado con las virtuales.
I got like maybe 15 minutes. I was waiting for somebody to come in. So I'm gonna do like 15 minutes of this live here. And basically talk about releasing and getting rid of the old system that we have been using, that we see is not working for us any longer in our life. This is what I'm going to talk about. I'm going to basically speak on like getting rid of the system, not the system, because you ain't going to be able to get rid of that system because that system is too powerful. So that's something that the universe and the creator is going to have to deal with. But we're talking about the system within that we recognize is not working, that is outdated, that is no longer usable. I'm in my little spot because my daughter, she's in martial arts right now. So I come here, relax, you know, do a little calisthenics, and then when I'm done, I sit down and, you know, reflect. And I find that, you know, reflecting brings about a stronger reflection of the life that I am living, life around me, life inside of me. You know, a lot of times, you know, we think, oh, it's just me. There's millions and billions of life forms inside of you that is living inside of you. And when you study biology and chemistry and physiology and stuff like that, you'll see that there's many components and parts that make you who you are as a person, as a spirit, as a soul. And so we want to look at the system within and understand how the system within works, and look at the different components and ask ourselves, do I need that? Can I use that? Is this still something that I can use, or do I need to upgrade? And a lot of times, depending on, you know, your frequency level, you know, your healing level, because some things we have already dealt with. Some things we have already said, okay, I need to do this, I need to do that. This is another option. Let me take this option because I studied and delved into how that other option works. And the reason why we want to understand what we get ourselves into and involved in, so that we can understand what the outcome will be. So this is why we want to look at our system, our inner system, and like go deep within ourselves and see, you know, I know I'm repeating myself, but sometimes, you know, in order to get it, sometimes you're going to have to keep repeating it. In order to wake up, you may have to keep making those same mistakes until you get it, till you wake up. So some stuff has to be repeated. Some stuff don't, because depending on, you know, how quick you grasp information. That's another thing I'm realizing, especially when you got children, right? You may have, well, only have one daughter, but you, for us that are parents or have nieces and nephews, we notice that one may be smarter than the other, one may get it quicker than the other, so on and so forth. And that's even with grown-ups. Yeah. Everybody gets it according to their frequency of understanding, you know. And so it's the same thing with us. You know, we get what we get according to the frequency of our understanding. And, you know, even outside of us. So what I'm really trying to say is that patience is very vital in all those given areas that I just made mention of. I'm going to say it again. Patience, because as I talk to you, I'm talking to me, is very vital in all those given areas. So when you, those who really want to change, you know, I mean really change, look at the system that we have inside of us and really understand how it flows, how it works, how can we better understand ourselves, what makes me who I am, my emotions, why I think and act and respond the way I do, you know. And not to kind of go backwards on the last live, but I'm reading this book, and we also have books available pertaining to various things that I talk about. Tracing, I'm going to be brief. Tracing, we may have to trace, meaning, and I'm still learning more about it, go back and kind of see the different particulars or aspects or patterns or systems of learning that we learned or was given to us or maybe even forced upon us, so that we can understand, okay, this is what is going on, this is what has happened, this is what has made me who I am in the present time of now. Then we want to like sift through and really look at it. I mean, look at it. It may be painful, you know. It may be something that you don't want to look at. And that's okay, because remember what I always say in my lives. We are not condemning and putting ourselves down, and we're not condemning and putting others down. Why? Because none of us, no one is perfect, and we all have been poisoned by some low frequency somewhere in our life path, you know. And there's a brother by the name of Neely Fuller. I'll be posting him a lot on my Facebook, and I listen to him every morning. He's up there like 90s or whatever, and he speaks about having a cold, but he says we all have been poisoned by various different systems and so on and so forth. So let me just tie everything in, because I got maybe like, just bear with me, y'all. I'm going to still talk though, but I have like 10, okay, I have like 10 minutes, 11 minutes. So, because I was thinking about this earlier, what we want to do, we want to ponder our life. We want to look at our life. We want to understand the life that we are living and see what is fitting and what is not fitting anymore. What is working and what is not working anymore. What is keeping us happy and what is not keeping us happy anymore. But remember, you got to make sure, or try to make sure, that you're making yourself happy first and foremost. Once you make yourself happy and discover what true self-worth, happiness is and what it consists of, let me tell you what it consists of. You knowing, I have to live inside of my body. I'm going to be with myself for a while, so let me become my own best friend. Let me become my own best company, and let me love myself on a deeper level. So if I got people or I don't, I got me. Because you're going to be with yourself for some time, and I always bring this up. Because from making a lot of mistakes, relationship mistakes, all kinds of mistakes, money mistakes, everything, mismanagement mistakes, I had to look at, and this is what's coming to me now, there's a key component and a key element of why we make the mistakes that we make. And let me tell you what I realized. It's because of the emotional instability and the emotional lack of awareness of how things work, how things go, and understanding how things are supposed to really be in a just manner that had or has us making those mistakes that we would not be making if we had the information that I just made mention of just now. Because it ties into your emotional state, how you feel about yourself, how you don't feel about yourself, how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see just various different things that you encounter or have encountered. And a lot of it is emotional stuff. And like when you start studying about like healing, a lot of it deal with heart, meaning broken heart, dysfunction, not getting enough hugs, like self-love, like different stuff pertaining to emotional stuff pertaining to what we need as humans that nurtures us. And I think I spoke about it before. Babies, you know why babies cry and do certain things? Because they are communicating to you that I need something. Because they cannot verbalize. So they do it, and the Creator has placed that in them. They do it through sound and through movement and so on and so forth. I have to find this documentary, or I think it's a book where I learned about that. So here's the deal. We want to do our best to finalize and continue finalizing as we breathe in and out. How does the system work? I'm talking about your inner system. How does it work? I have been, studying and realizing and looking back on my life and just looking back in general and saying, Gary, you never really got to learn self. You never really got to know self. You never really got to fall in love with your true self. You never really got to figure out why you think and feel. And so when I started really looking at all of that, that's when I saw why I did what I did, why I accepted certain things, did certain things, was a part of certain things, and wasted money, wasted time, wasted energy, just that whole gumbo, that whole bowl, plate of stuff. Because here's the deal, we want to connect the dots to why we did what we did, and understanding the outcome so that we don't get caught up no more, that we don't make those mistakes no more, that hopefully we don't hurt people no more, hopefully we don't let people hurt us anymore, that we want to live and try our best. I'm telling you, it's not easy, but it's doable. But you got to be conscious of your system, which is you. You are your system. And so I said it's doable. So what I'm saying is being aware, staying aware of what it is you're doing right now. Right now. Being conscious, being aware as you take a step, as you breathe in and out, as you're listening, as you're eating, as you're seeing. You are aware of your conscious self and what it is doing in every movement that it does. Why? Because you are staying in tune to self. And the more you stay in tune to self, things will have very little hold and grasp on distracting you, taking you to low frequency. And if it does, you can pull yourself up and out. And I made mention of that because you're so in tune to self. A lot of times we want to get so in tune to everybody, get so in tune to outside stuff, and we don't have the tune and the fine-tuning of tuning into self and knowing self and being with self and understanding self and elevating self and healing self and finalizing true love of self. And this is where a lot of those issues come in, a lot of those problems come in, and various different things come in because of that lack. So we want to stay constantly, and we also offer consultations pertaining to what I'm talking about too, you know. So we want to look at our system and see if it's outdated, or see if it needs some patches or some upgrades or whatever. But we don't want to no longer condemn others, condemn ourselves, and just be cold-hearted, you know, and all that other stuff that humans do, that we do, been there, done it, or whatever the case may be. Because when you're healing and when you're changing, that means now you're taking a softer approach to life, and you're taking a more loving, embracing approach to life. You're still being on guard because, you know, everybody may not be in the frequency flow that you're in. So as you nurture and love self on a deeper level, you have an understanding of what's outside of you, and you want to protect what you build inside of you, because that is what sustains you as you breathe in and out. And that's the key right there. And so that was basically what I really wanted to relate. You know, New Year's around the corner and stuff like that. But I want to say this to you. The New Year is always in full effect. There's something else I learned too. I think it's every 60 days or 90 days, your cells replenish themselves. And I think it's every 6 months or every year, your organs replenish, and your bones. I gotta find it because I was following this guy on YouTube, and he was dropping it, but I went back to his, and I don't see the page there no more. So what I'm saying is that whether you realize it or not, you're always renewing. You're always renewing. So you don't have to wait till the new year to renew. You're hearing the information. It's an elevation. It's a proclamation. And, you know, when we know the information is correct, we want to really run with it and add it on to what it is we already know. Because we know a lot of stuff. We're very intelligent. You know, we know smart people, this and that. But I'm going to say this. It's not what you know, it's what you use. I'm going to say it again. I mean, it is what you know. But if you know a lot of stuff and you're not using it, then it's just, you got a lot of information. So I'm learning now more and more and more. We want to use the information that we have been blessed with. If you got good people in your life, we want to use those people. Not use them to get over, but use them for the gifts that they have to elevate ourselves. As we all elevate the gift is an expansion of many other gifts that come to life. This is what we want to do. But first we want to look at our system, understand our system, figure out our system. If we don't know, it's okay. Then you get with people that are in the know, that are doing it, that are healing. And that's the key, okay? Because we know we need money, we need certain stuff. And a lot of us, we have been blessed where, we got a roof over our head, we got clean clothes, we got food, we got good relationships and stuff like that. But the key element of everything and understanding what you got and what you're going to get is, do you got you? Do you really have you? Are you really getting deeper with you? And there are certain things that you can do, and I'm explaining them real briefly. Listening to music, doing creative things, praying, meditation, getting in touch with nature, listening to various lectures, reading various books, and just sitting still and letting the Creator, the universe, give you what it is you need. So that's a stilling, meaning sit still, take a time out, relax yourself, and just understand that, you know what? I'm still learning, I'm still growing. Another thing too, you can do mirror therapy. Go to the mirror when it's quiet and look yourself in the eyes and give yourself a hug. Say, I love you. Say your name. like I will hug myself, Gary, I love you, and I hug myself. And then I say, I forgive you, and I got you. Remember, even though people got you, make sure you got you. Okay? Because you know, people transition, things happen, you know. I mean, life can be easy, but sometimes life isn't easy, and it's okay. That's just the way it's set up. Once you learn how this thing works and how it's set up, then you can have a better understanding. That's a part of life. That's the way it's set up. You know, like you might be dealing with something right now. You think it's always just you. People millions of years been dealing with similar stuff that you're dealing with now. It may be new to you. So that's why it's something that you may feel, oh man, how I figure this out. I'm going to tell you how I figured out. Sit still. Relax. Calm down. And look at what factors in pertaining to what is going on. I'm going to say it again. Look at what factors in pertaining to what is going on. Meaning, whatever is happening, whatever is going on, look at what caused it to happen, and see what you did, what they did, or maybe you didn't do anything. It just happened. So, say to yourself, okay, I did this, I did that, they did this, they did that. And then look at, what do I do? If you see that you can gracefully detach, regroup from it, do it. If you see you can't, then sit still and continue breathing in and out, continue focusing on the good things that you got going on, and then eventually things will work its way out. How do I know this? And then I'm going to end with this. This is how you would know. Think about all the stuff you've been through. All those trying times, crying times, those different things that we may have been through, right? And at that time, those things were overwhelming. At that time, we may not have had the answers that we have now. We may not have had the comfort that we have now. We may not have had the blessings and the opportunities and situations that we have now at that given time, right? So at that time when that stuff was going on, we were kind of like, wow, jolted. But now we're in a different spectrum, right? So now that's what you're going to base everything off. I've been through, okay, better yet, we go through to get through. That's one. And then I've been through. Look at what you've been through, and then look at where you are now. And hopefully, you will understand that everything is a test, it's a trial, and it can be a tribulation depending on your manifestation within your mind and how you feel about yourself within your mind. So the key is, hold on, don't give up hope, go within, figure out how your system works, okay, and maintain your system, maintain your equilibrium. And if you make a mistake, it's okay. That's part of the setup. That's all part of life's setup. If you don't make mistakes and go through things, how are you going to know that this is not a good situation for you to be in? Or this is not a good look? Or this is not good people? This is not a good vibe? You have to go through to get through. It's set up like that. And this is what we want to teach our children and our loved ones. Life is set up a certain way. There's going to be some hiccups. There's going to be some various different degrees and different things that may happen that's going to jolt you, that's going to scare you. You may feel some fear. You may feel immobilized or whatever the case may be. That's the way it's set up. That's the way it's set up. So once you understand the setup, then you can set yourself up to deal with it as it may happen, or as it has occurred, or as you go through it. Gently hold on to yourself and your sanity, and have other creative things that you got in your life that's going to keep you together. That's the hope. So do not give up. You're not the only one going through. You're not the only one that's been through some stuff. That's how life is set up. It's set up like that. People die. All kind of stuff happen. And you have your reference of your life path, meaning the different things that you have been through. I know I'm repeating myself. I do that. But like I said, sometimes things have to be repeated in order for the understanding to come. You know? So hopefully, we understand how to, make it all come together like a brand new leather. Yeah. And just remember that this is the way it's set up. The ins and outs and ins. The ups and downs, the crazy turnarounds. But irregardless to that, by you having creative things that you are doing, you will be all right because you're still creating and you're still breathing in and out. And the creative pieces is things that make you feel good about what it is you're doing. Positive stuff. That's how you offset negativity, by initiating positivity. And so I didn't intend on saying everything that I said, but some of what I said was intended for me to hear as well as you to hear and stuff like that. Remember, we are in constant renewal. Your cells always rebuild, organs always rebuild, body, so on and so forth. And, your thoughts change from 1 second to 1 minute, whatever the case may be. But we want to understand how our system works so that we continue winning. Winning means not money and material stuff. I mean, we got that. We happy. But winning means that, you know what? I'm grateful. I'm appreciative. I'm at peace. So cosmic.